Here's the word I love, art. Art. You know, my love of nature, when I think of the size of nature's creation, and I think, wow, what puny things humans have done. The one place that humans, I think, have approached the diversity and richness of nature is through the arts. I did not grow up particularly embracing any of the arts. I took guitar for a few years. I would go in a museum and I read some books, but through reading books after I was 16, I became really an addict of literature. I have to be reading. Not only do I have to be reading, but connecting it to all of the other reading of literature that I've done. And to sit on that and to recommend books for people and all of that. And then in high school, I started to go to plays and I saw, wow, this was like literature and acting. Wow. That was really something. I noticed how the arts helped with troubles. It was also thrilling to do that. Every art you can do, and it is not easy to do if you want to make money from it. But everyone is a painter, everyone is a poet, everyone is a dancer, everyone is an actor or actress. So all of the arts became, it's like Mother Nature and Mother Art. That's maybe the nicest thing I can say about the whole umbrella. Later in my life, I started to really look at visual arts and the history of visual arts. Not just paintings, but sculptures as well, sketches. And that was such a world. My introduction to music was through rock and roll in the 50s, Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley. In medical school, I added classical music, and it was probably the deepest addition to music I could possibly have had, and that it has become as rich to me as reading. Probably my favorite art form to actually engage in is going to a play, sitting near the front and watching people act great literature of drama on stage. I love it. And then architecture maybe was the last art I thought of as art. But boy, if you study architecture and look at the history of architecture, it's as big as any of them. And I love Gaudi and Hundertwasser. That kind of building arts is really enchanting for me. I really like the movement of tiny houses. So here's a big splash for art. All of them can enrich your life. Shamelessly indulge as often as you can.